All right, morning everybody. UFC 271 official weigh-ins set to begin here in just a couple of minutes. John Morgan here, hanging out in Houston, seated between a couple of industry titans here. Mark Raimondi to my left, MMA Junkie's own Nolan King to my right. Just proud to be a part of such a venerable lineup of stalwarts.
Are you actually on there?
I am on there. No, that is live to the world, Mark Raimondi. I'll give you my true feelings of your stature in the sport.
What's up, junkies?
There you go. Mark Raimondi giving a shout out to the junkies. Our man Cold Coffee is over there on the 4K high definition streaming. Matt Wells is in the house as well. He's made the trip down from Dallas, so we got you covered here for official weigh-ins. We'll have ceremonial weigh-ins this afternoon as well. Morning die hard. I'm doing all right. A little coffee. Little rehydration going on. A couple of frosty beverages last night. You know how we do. I see Cold Coffee's hand there and waving out to the crowd. Morning unpopular. Hopefully get things going nice and smooth. 15 fight cards, so plenty of opportunities for some hijinks. We'll see how things play out. John Anik doing his live hit back there. Jacob said Dana really bitched out on that shoey. For sure, man. You could tell he wasn't into it, but I think everybody thought what a perfect way to close the press conference it would have been. But I mean, especially if it's brand new. I mean, you saw the shoe just come out of the plastic wrap, right? So at least that's got to make you feel a little better about it. Mark Raimondi right here. He was the one trying to get that whole thing started. So we could see, by the way, off screen, like Reed Harris did actually have Modelo in his hand and got in front of the stage. So there was a beer in the vicinity, and I think Dana just waved him off and was like, pretended like he didn't see him, kind of like don't make any eye contact. Now Dana has plausible deniability, like, oh, I just thought we never got a beer up there. I didn't know. I was gonna crush the beer, of course. By the way, I don't know if you guys could see it on the stream or not, but I didn't get a close-up look at the Shui Vasa product, but it looks like it has like a spigot on there, like a little tap. So you just
I saw Dana like twisting it.
yeah. So
No actual intention.
there was never intention for him to do it.
I have to say, I'm really glad he didn't drink the Gatorade yet.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
Adesanya was trying to give it to him.
But no, you
That
can't
would've
do
been-
that. Yeah. You can't drink Gatorade out of a shoe. No, that doesn't count. You got to do a beer. What's up, Denial? Hey, I missed one event, bro. I missed one event. God, gotta go Rams, right? Gotta go Rams. I see Cold Coffee says the truth is J-Mo interrupted delivery and drank the beer. Just my 2 cents. What's going on? Yeah, that was pretty funny.
I'm quite well. How are you doing?
What? No. I mean, it's Titans. We got a couple Titans in the industry like that. I'm just honored to be seated next to the venerable Mark Raimondi. I mean, now that I've moved up in the world and have a seat next to the powerful Mark Raimondi, my career is going to another level, guys. There's levels.
The energy's up. The smiles are out the back.
It's crazy. This is new. We get to see our faces again. You get to see the not just the eyes anymore. You get to see the whole face now.
We're gonna see some people give out their clothes and step on the scale. All right. And true story. What are we expecting?
So,
People,
so Embedded is trying to get a little footage from us over here.
we are expecting the two best
Goon, what's going on?
and two of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world.
Oh, Bill Smacker. Checking from South Australia. Oh, let's pick up on Raimondi.
On a Saturday night in Houston.
We got a couple big boys on the card. Any worries or any
think so. Unless they were out late eating the Houston fare last night, eating some of the delicious Houston Tex-Mex and barbecue. I think they're gonna be okay. Right. Man, John was salivating. He was gonna sell that. That's not actually gonna be in the bed, is it? Please.
You never know.
John, I'll tell you, that's a hell of a embedded promo.
Get it done. Get it done. All right. So we're just about a minute away, it looks like. Getting started. I haven't seen haven't seen anybody over this side. Nathan, what's going on? Having a great Friday morning. I know. Pluto. I'm not taking Sean Strickland's offer. Everybody asks him, I see Robert Whittaker over there. Maybe Whittaker's going to go first. No, I have a feeling Sean Strickland's idea of working out is like 25 rounds of hard sparring and small gloves, so I'm out on that. All right, Annick's got a mic. Looks like we're going to get this thing started right on. I think Rob Whittaker's going to be first. Best I can tell. Let's get this thing going.
Good to see you. You good? All right, thank you all for being here for the official weigh-in for UFC 271, Adesanya versus Whittaker 2, and we begin with one of the men around whom this fight card was built, the former UFC middleweight champion and the #1 contender, Robert Whittaker. $184, the official weight for Robert Whittaker.
No, I was talking to him. You're my love. But I would call you.
All right, next fighter to the scale competing in the UFC's bantamweight division, Douglas Silva de Andrade. $136, the official weight for Douglas Silva de Andrade.
It's amazing. It happens to me, too.
All right, next athlete to the scale in the UFC's light heavyweight division, competing in a prelim live on ESPN, Maxime Grishin. $206 for Maxime Grishin.
Thank you.
All right, next fighter to the scale, former world flyweight title challenger, back for the first time in a long time, the 4th ranked contender Alex Perez.
$28.
128 pounds, the official weight for Alex Perez, 2 pounds over the flyweight limit.
Thank you, babe.
Perez will have an hour to cut the final 2 pounds. And with that, we now welcome the man around whom this fight card was built, the undisputed UFC middleweight champion, the last style bender, Israel Adesanya. £184, the official weight for the champion, Israel Adesanya.
Thank you, love.
Your UFC 271 main event is now official. All right, next athlete to the scale, also competing live on pay-per-view tomorrow night in the UFC's bantamweight division, Marcelo Rojo. $136 for Marcelo Rojo.
Thank you, babe.
All right, next fighter to the scale in the UFC's middleweight division, we say hello to Jacob Malkoun. Official weight 186 for Jacob Malkoun. All right, next fighter to the scale, competing in the light heavyweight division, the Water Buffalo Fabio Cherant.
$206.
206, the official weight for Fabio Cherant.
Thank you.
All right, next athlete making his way to the scale, competing in the UFC's lightweight division, the veteran Renato Moicano.
$56.
156, the official weight for Renato Moicano. All right, next athlete to the scale, number 15 in the world in the flyweight division, Casey O'Neill. 125 and a half, the official weight for Casey O'Neill.
Thank you, baby.
All right, moving on now to the welterweight division, set to make his UFC debut here tomorrow night, Blood Diamond.
$170.
170, the official weight for Blood Diamond.
Thank you, sir.
All right, moving on now to the bantamweight division as we welcome Ronnie the Heat Lawrence. $136, the official weight for Ronnie Lawrence.
Thank you, baby.
All right, next fighter to the scale, one half of the co-main event live on pay-per-view in the UFC's heavyweight division, the 11th ranked contender, Tai Bam Bam Tuivasa. $265, the official weight for Tai Tuivasa.
Thank you. John, hold on a second. Okay, thank you.
All right, next fighter to the scale in the UFC's light heavyweight division, Black Jag Carlos Ulberg. £204, the official weight for Carlos Ulberg.
Thank you, love.
All right, next fighter to the scale, competing in the featured prelim live on ESPN at heavyweight, Jared Vandera.
Right here, Jared.
265 for Jared Vandera.
2, 1. Thank you, baby.
All right, next athlete to the scale, competing at welterweight, Jeremiah Wells.
Thank you. Watch the cameras over here, baby. Yeah. Hold still for me.
170.5, the official weight for Jeremiah Wells.
Come on, thank you, babe. Going across. Coach. Go this way.
All right, next fighter to the scale, weighing in for a bantamweight fight here tomorrow, Sergey Morozov.
Sir. This camera is behind. 35.
135, the official weight for Sergey Morozov.
One, thank you. That was a good one, Niner.
All right, next fighter to the scale, deservedly competing live on pay-per-view here tomorrow in the UFC's bantamweight division, Kyler the Matrix Phillips. One 136, the official weight for Kyler Phillips.
One, thank you, love.
All right, next fighter to the scale, weighing in for the final time as a pro, the 12th ranked UFC women's flyweight, Roxanne Modafferi.
Right.
126, the official weight for Roxanne Modafferi.
One, thank you, babe.
All right, next fighter to the scale, competing in a featured bout live on pay-per-view, one of the best middleweights in the world, the Killer Gorilla, Jared Cannonier.
Right.
185 pounds, the official weight for Jared Cannonier.
One, thank you, babe.
All right, next fighter to the scale in the lightweight division, Alexander Hernandez.
One 56.
156, the official weight for Alexander Hernandez. All right, next fighter to the scale with much fanfare, set to make his debut here tomorrow night in the UFC's middleweight division, A.J. Dobson. .185, the official weight for A.J. Dobson. All right, next athlete to the scale, charged with kicking off the pay-per-view main card tomorrow night, Bobby King Green. $155.5, the official weight for Bobby Green. All right, moving back now to the bantamweight division as we say hello to Mana Martinez. $136, the official weight for Mana Boy Martinez.
All right, so that brings us to our first break of the day. 21 minutes into the 2-hour weigh-in session. 24 fighters have already weighed in. That leaves just 8 to go. If you're looking for full results, of course, head over to MMA Junkie. We've got the updated list there, but your headliner is official. Robert Whittaker was actually the first fighter to the scale this morning. Looked incredibly relaxed, as he has all week. You know, if you're one of those guys, it's your pick is depending on, you know, did Israel get in his head this week? Was the tension there again? Either he's got a great poker face or he is just much more relaxed this week. So Rob Whittaker looked very smiles on his face as he was the first one on the scale. Israel Adesanya was actually 5th to the scale as well, so they were among the first 5. Both of them came in at 184 pounds. Israel Adesanya, after he weighed in, kind of tweaked his right nipple a little bit. Obviously, forever a troll, feeding into all the questions of gyno and that sort of thing that's been there. So that is official. Both of them 184 pounds. Was 185 pounds. Kyler Phillips and Marcelo Rojo both weighed in. Bobby Green just did as well. So we're just waiting on Nasrat Hakbarah. So still 3 fighters left from your main card. Your entire 6-bout early prelims, that's all official. And as far as the mid prelims, the ESPN prelims, they're still waiting on Andrei Arlovski, who typically does not come in very early to these things. You can count on about a 10:30 a.m. arrival for Andrei Arlovski. Matt Schnell, and not quite Overeem level, but pretty close. Andre's not waking up early to come sit here. Still waiting on Matt Schnell. Should be noted that Alex Perez did miss weight, 128 pounds. So if you're friends with the Matt Schnell team and he happens to be having a rough weight cut right now, you got the option of calling it off, I guess. 128 for Alex Perez, so you could come in a little heavy and not be an issue. Of course, if you come in on weight, get a little bit extra money of your opponent's purse, so get to weigh that out. Waiting on William Knight as well. And like I said, the 6-fight early prelims, all official. we'll have photos and highlights up for you ASAP. And that's where we stand right now. Mark Fellows, you need to be stocked up. 15 fights, man. You better have the fridge full, my man. This might be the time to just go ahead and get a keg, you know? Draft beer for you. Yeah, Alexander Ryan, Perez did technically get an extra hour, but you're right. You know, I mean, if you're, here's the thing, he was fourth to the scale, so he had it. You know, I wouldn't expect him to cut anymore. I think you're right on that one. That's right, Denal. That's that's when we just start saying weird stuff to fill the time. No, we don't get to clown, Mr. Normus. Ooh, tough question now, Denal. Maybe you got to go in stages. Oh, cool. Goon, like that feedback, man. Appreciate it. Anybody got odds on that? Yeah, Denal. I'm still waiting on Blonde Brunson right now. But no reason to worry. 25 minutes in. Jacob, I want to see this. I got to see this Shui Vasa product in action. I wonder if he's going to use that. I mean, if you're going to sell the product, you might as well use it like right on national TV, right? Oh, Bullfrog. Come on now. Don't even mention it. Don't even mention it. Soler, I'm with you on that. I know. How many of those things do you think you would have sold if Dana would have crushed one at the press conference yesterday? Ty had to be sitting there thinking, "Come on, man." Plus 437. That's not bad. It's honestly not bad. I mean, that's pretty good actually, Beasley. I'd throw a little something on that. I don't ever bet on the fights though. I can't. It makes me look at the fights differently, man. Once I'm literally financially invested in a fight, I start looking at it totally different. I'm just looking for reasons. My guy won. Telling you it was a terrible decision when it actually wasn't. MMA asphalt. That's kind of what's going through my head too. That to me seems like the riskiest play. 8 fighters left to weigh in. So to recap again, 24 fighters have weighed in already. So we just have 8 left to go. Those we're still waiting on include Derek Lewis, Derek Brunson, Nasrat Hakparas, Andre Arlovsky, Matt Schnell, and William Knight. Happy to be back. Happy to be back. Bringing that ASMR goodness. Oh, wow. Strong words there from Jeff Wade. Bullfrog. No face-off today. There is one from yesterday. Very, very cordial, very polite. Ceremonials will be this afternoon at 4 p.m. Central Time. So then we'll have the face-offs. And yeah, Roshi, I see the little buffering going on there. Ah, the mercies of Wi-Fi. Love you too, Gino. Appreciate you. Simple. Okay, it looks like after a hard reboot from cold coffee, maybe we're back in the game here. Yeah, unfortunately missed a little bit of drama while we were gone. I believe people will have that highlight up ready to go, but yeah. So William Knight comes in at 218 pounds. And then we find out very shortly afterwards that Maxim Grishin accepts the fight, and it will now be a heavyweight fight. So you got to give some respect to Maxim Grishin there. I imagine maybe a couple dollars change hands behind the scenes. Five fighters left to weigh in at this point. Still waiting on Derek Lewis, Derek Brunson, Nasrat Hakparas, Andre Arlovsky, and Matt Schnell. Alex Perez did miss weight earlier on. He was actually the fourth person to the scale, so very, very early on, 128 pounds. He was given an extra hour, but you got to wonder if he came in weighed in that early, if he's going to take it. Josh, I took Cannonier in my staff pick, so I just feel like Brunson is constantly underrated, so I'm kind of wondering if he's going to bite me there. But I did take Jared Cannonier in my picks. Well, Dark Heart, if you're here to see trolls. Inconsiderate, aren't they, Gino? Yeah, still just 50 minutes in, still an hour and 2 minutes to go. Said, ooh, good question, Mark. I haven't seen our full staff picks yet, so I am not sure. I did see that in his official pick, Danton broke it down and took Whittaker. And look, I think Whittaker is very capable. I mean, obviously he's a fantastic fighter, former champion. I think these are the two best middleweights in the world right now. I did side towards Adesanya. I do think we get a more competitive fight. I do all the things that Rob has said. I completely and wholeheartedly believe him. You know, you could see the physical strain and the stress on him in that first one. And I thought he fought a little bit out of character, and certainly not the way you would want to compete against Israel Adesanya. So definitely expecting a more competitive fight, but I did pick Israel Adesanya. And Jacob says Whittaker maybe a 25% chance to win, still a very real chance. That's fair. Magic Mike taking Brunson via split. Roshi says Brunson via boredom. Cold Coffee chimed in. He's going to try to tee up the William Knight. I see you, Mark Fellows. I like Rob Whittaker a lot too, man. You know, it's kind of one of these ones where I think these are both great dudes and great fighters. Um, I mean, you're gonna have a great champion whoever wins. I guess if Whittaker wins, it sets up a big trilogy back down in Australia. Once we can travel again, huh? That'd be pretty cool. Fill that stadium again. Have the trilogy be on the line. That'd be pretty cool. But yeah, Cold Coffee says he's gonna try to tee up the William Knight weigh in here. So if he tells me it's coming, I'll give you a heads up. I know we missed that while we were buffering the stream, so apologies for that. Yeah, Ollie, I like that too. I really did. I mean, the crowd loved it. He didn't have to say anything. The question wasn't even directed towards him. So for him to step up and do that, I thought was pretty damn cool. Josh, I'm gonna be honest. I hope so. I've said it before, man. I'm an unabashed Andre Arlovsky homer. 43-year-old dude getting it done. Nicholas Lynn, 218. Yeah, as people pointed out, William Knight took the fight on short notice. My understanding is the UFC was monitoring his weight all week long. So I think Grisham probably had a heads up that this was a possibility. If I'm guessing, I don't know that for a fact, but I imagine that's probably what happened. And he very quickly said, "I'll take the fight at heavyweight." So pretty cool. Pretty cool. Oh my God, $1 to win 30K. Jacob, I'm pulling for you on that one, man. That'd be some pretty amazing score there. Yeah, Ollie, I know. Hoping things will change. We just
William Knight.
$218.
218 pounds, the official weight for William Knight. That is 12 pounds over the light heavyweight limit.
all right. So there you go. I guess read into that what you will. I mean, look, it's not an easy weight cut for him. Nate said he just bet a lot on Maxim. See, that's what you wonder, right? But no, Nathan, they agreed to take the fight at heavyweight. So that fight's happening. It was funny when the commissioner said 18. Like, we were all like, he doesn't mean 18, right? He means 208. Like, what? Appreciate that, Roshi. You have to, right? Oh, there you go. Mark Fellow says Australia is reopening the tours on February 21st. So 10 days from now. Wow, okay. Bilal's Beak says Whittaker has to stick to Israel like glue for part of this fight, pushing the fence like Vittori did, but once he's clinched up, Israel needs to take extra strike, not takedown. I think that's a solid analysis, Bilal's Beak. Try to mix in some takedowns. Country Morgan. I like your screen name. I guess we're related somehow. Joe Tadaro, who's left to weigh in here. So we've still got Derek Lewis, Derek Brunson, Nasrat Hakparas, Andre Arlovsky, and Matt Schnell. Those are the ones. Ooh, yeah, Owen Kessel. That was a bad one. No, Ace of Spade. We still got 15 fights. That fight's going to be well, take that back. We just don't know about Perez and Schnell yet, but that wasn't a terrible miss. So I'm assuming we still have 15 fights. But as of this moment, yes. Yeah, I agree, Jacob. And the thing is, when you talk about getting to the clinch and advancing, it's also you have to set that up properly because, I mean, you blindly rush in, and Adesanya's got fantastic counters and great slips and movement. So that's what makes it difficult, right? Because I think you're obviously right. Like, I don't think you're going to stand and strike and outstrike Israel Adesanya. I just don't think anybody in the division is going to do that. So you got to get to at least the clinch and hopefully some takedowns, but you got to get to that position as well. And he's shown pretty capable of takedown defense. So it's a tough challenge. But I definitely think Rob is going to fight differently than last time for sure. I know, Mark. We haven't seen Gianni's teeth this morning. Hopefully he's doing all right. Yeah, Jamie. He said 218. Everybody had like second guess and question the commission again. Like, are you sure? Sure about that? Mark, they're definitely not Rio. I have not heard for sure where that would be yet. Mark, fellas, I'm a Texan, so we go for the brisket. Yeah, Jamie, the Brazil. You know what? I don't know. Well, it's probably too late for them to change now, but Brazil had put in a thing where you have to be vaccinated to travel from the U.S. So that kind of rules out a whole lot of people involved in the UFC. So, hence the reason it can't be in Brazil, at least under those rules. If they change their policy, then maybe it's an option. Chrissy, yeah, if you can let the internet people know we need a little more bandwidth here. I'll give you our IP address. Tell them to open up our pipe a little bit. Morning, Teresa. Just got here, so 1 hour left. We've already had 25 fighters weigh in. Oh, Roshi, you really are Gianni's teeth? I thought you were joking. UFC official confirms there will be a fine involved for William Knight, although we don't know the amount just yet. It's kind of fun. It's kind of funny when you think about the rules. Like, okay, this is what they weigh. That's a light heavyweight bout. We can't do that. Like, that's just not going to happen.
All right, we got it.
Oh,
Okay, cool.
yeah, it's good. That's safe.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, what are we doing?
Yes, I know.
What a rule.
That's crazy.
What a rule. Just kind of laughing about the comic. See, sometimes we have rules, and they sound like they make sense. But think about this. So Maxim Grishin comes in at 206. William Knight comes in at 218. Obviously, we all go, fight's off. You can't do that. That's a light heavyweight fight, 12 pounds. You can't do that. So we just go, all right, let's make it a heavyweight fight. Oh, yeah. No, that's fine. That's fine. It's kind of funny when you think of it that way. Like, oh, you know what? Just scratch the word light off the contract right there. And now fighter safety is being upheld.
Yes, exactly.
But UFC tells us that there will be a fine involved, confirming to Mark Armandi over here that there will be a fine involved, but we do not know the fine amount just yet. Ah, that's funny. Hmm. So true, Mark. That's how we do it down here.
So if you're Maxime Grishin, right?
Right.
And you know William Knight is gonna be way over.
Yeah.
Why do you cut all the way to 206? Why not just
That's the
stop?
part that's confusing me.
Yeah. Like he's known all week long that like
Yeah, I mean they knew overnight that Knight was not gonna make weight. It wasn't a surprise to anybody.
it's probably just those principle things like nah, I signed a contract for 206. I'm making 206.
Or maybe that was the contingency to get the fine.
Yeah, yeah.
He had to make the weight in order
It,
to get that.
oh, definitely. It could be that. Yeah, yeah. Like, well, if you make weight, you can get 20, maybe even 30% of his purse. I think that probably be. Well, I mean, you did take it on short notice, but I think I'd be asking for 30. I mean, you'd maybe just change the division.
Pounds?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no, Owen. It's been pointed out. It's true. I mean, it does need to be noted that William Knight takes it on short notice. So, really not trying to throw shade at William Knight at all. It's just funny when you think about the rule. Like, well, if that's a light heavyweight fight, like we absolutely can't do it. But if you just say it's a heavyweight fight, like it's totally fine. Like then what are we doing? Yes, Mark. That is Mark Marundi. That's funny. Saw some. Okay, Civic has a Vandera Roxy parlay. All right, that's got to pay pretty nice. Look, you've seen the love for Roxanne Modafferi this week. Well deserved. Her retirement fight. No favors being done to her in the matchup for sure. O'Neal is a favorite for a reason. But Roxy's had some upsets along the way. Can never count her out, but it would be a massive way for her to end her career, wouldn't it? Yeah, I agree, Prodigy. That would be such a cool way to ride off into the sunset. Nate, that's interesting. So you put the money down and then find out he missed weight. I'm guessing the change in weight class doesn't void the bet. I said earlier I like Lawrence a lot. I like Phillips a lot. Probably the two that I'd lean toward the most. I said too. I like O'Neal, but there's no way I'm picking against Roxy in her retirement fight. Absolutely not. I couldn't live with myself. Nicholas has a Brunson and Knight parlay. Yeah, Roshi, that was awesome, man. I was excited about that.
Hey guys, William Knight will forfeit 40% of his purse. 40.
Wow. Okay. UFC officials just announced a 40% fine for William Knight. So, Mark, to answer your question as to why you cut down to 206, there it is. 40% fine, which I'm struggling off the top of my head to think I've ever seen that before. I don't, it may have happened, but I don't remember one. But an important lesson, and I think more and more people are starting to understand this. The, supposed 20% fine, like there is no standard. So if your opponent misses weight, ask for more. You're the one with all the power at that point because you can just say, nah, I'm not taking the fight. Ask for more. And obviously Maxim Grisham, 40%. Hmm. Yeah, at that point, now you almost got to give like Knight more credit, like for him to take the fight, knowing he's only going to make 60%. Crazy. Yeah, you got to wonder too what that's going to do for the UFC and how they treat William Knight moving forward in terms of, short notice opportunities and things like that. I could see, clearly they're not going to want to turn to him right away. So, again, took it on short notice, but if you say you can make the weight, you got to make the weight. Yeah. Before taxes, Roshi says it's true, man. I mean, God, if you're William Knight, you lose this fight, ugh, not making much. Sounds like Andre Arlovski may be next hearing, which if Arlovski's next, credit. I said 10:30. It's only 10:10. That's early for Arlovski. He must have had trouble sleeping this morning. Yeah, right, Mark. Dawson, I think Dana took a couple days off after filming the Looking for a Fight Sunday. I know I'd asked to speak to him on Monday. I was told he wasn't in the office, so. Okay. Arlovski's next. 5 fighters left. Andre's going to be next. Early arrival for Arlovski.
All right, next athlete to the scale, the future Hall of Famer, former UFC heavyweight champion, Andre Arlovski. 246, the official weight for Andrei Arlovsky.
Nobody gonna tell me which way to go.
All right, next fighter to the scale, competing live on pay-per-view in the UFC's lightweight division, Nasrat Hakparast.
Wait, babe. Hold your camera.
156 pounds, the official weight for Nasrat Hakparast.
All right, that leaves us with just 3 left at this point. One of those is hometown hero Derek Lewis. Top middleweight contender Derek Brunson also among those. And then Matt Schnell. Of course, Matt Schnell's opponent, Alex Perez, did miss weight early on. So Schnell, of course, I think could stop a little early. Teresa, we did go to the pit room. That place is solid. Very, very good. Pokemon. The mics at the press conferences are provided by the UFC. Roshi Arlovsky could be a beard model. Bandera's pre-fight was funny. He said he actually shaved his beard because he's like, I'm not going to compete with that beard. Solid. All right, so for anybody, still 3 fighters left to go. Derek Lewis, Derek Brunson, Matt Schnell. If you're looking for full results, head over to MMA Junkie. We've got them all updated there. We'll have a full photo gallery, video highlights. I see a little movement back there, so it sounds like maybe we're going to get back to action. Oh, they are bringing the box. Yeah, we need a better name for it. What do we? The cube. They're moving the box to the scale. Maybe for Schnell? guessing Matt Schnell.
All right, next fighter to the scale, the 9th-ranked flyweight in the world, Matt Danger Schnell.
Six.
126 pounds, the official weight for Matt Schnell.
Can we remove the thing? Are you dressed? Okay. You know, they forget sometimes. I'm like, whoa.
Put it back.
There you go, baby. Right here. 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job, baby. Like, remember we used to have the timer? And then one time we waited, the commission just
All right, so Matt Schnell, 126. Interesting, right? Because Alex Perez was 4th to the scale, weighed 128. That was about an hour ago, even more than an hour ago. It was right. I mean, right off the top, number 4. So first 5 minutes. I mean, you have to think that somebody in his camp saw that, and obviously continued to cut weight and made it. So kind of interesting to wonder what the discussion was like, what the psychology was like. Because I gotta think if you're struggling, you know your opponent already missed, maybe just go, let's just go show up and see what happens. But now, 20% of your opponent's purse, if not more. The hurtin' curtain. All right. That actually made me legit LOL. Shout out to 302 Fight Life for that one.
I don't think I'll ever call it anything else.
It's the hurtin' curtain. Oh, that's great. Jacob Mars said if he had the Cormier towel, Knight could have made weight. Oh, man. Joe from H-Town says he saw one of Derek's guys like an hour ago with breakfast. Derek's coming in at 10:59. It is funny, right? California Love, how long it took for them to make that thing. Box of Shame, that's, the Hoop of Shame had its own kind of feel to it. I think that was Casey Leiden came up with that, if I remember right. Pokemon says he thinks Alex Perez goes to bantamweight. Probably not bad. So at this point, we're just down to 2. Derek Lewis and Derek Brunson. So everybody not named Derek is official. Oh, that's good, Roshi. In your best Derek Lewis voice, you ask why he's late. Roshi says that's Jimmy Dean's fault. Well done, Roshi. Having a little breakfast sausage. I see the camera moving a little bit. The embedded camera's getting into place, so maybe Derek Lewis is here. I guess they'd be filming Brunson too, so it could be either one of them. All right, here we go. We're getting back at it. Let's see if we got one or both.
Got Brunson and Lewis.
Brunson.
All right, next athlete to the scale, competing in a featured bout live on pay-per-view, the 4th-ranked middleweight contender, Derek Brunson.
$85.5.
185.5, the official weight for Derek Brunson.
Thanks, Ed. Uno más. Oh, wait. I haven't got an hour. We should have been back at 10 o'clock.
I don't think he was. But you're right. Yeah, to clarify. All right, so at this point, we're just waiting on Derek Lewis. So if anybody's in the restaurant, if you get Derek Lewis's check so he can pay out and get to the scale. Hour. That's what she's trying to get clarification on right now. Yeah, so trying to get clarification on Alex Perez as well. He was told that, or we were told that he had an extra hour. That hour is past at this point. I kind of got the feeling he wasn't coming back just from the body language and, again, the fact that you come in 4th and you're overweight. I kind of feel like you're kind of admitting you're done at that point, but. Okay. Yeah, why come in 5 minutes? Yeah.
Quick announcement for you folks. The flyweight bout between Alex Perez and Matt Schnell is off. They will not be competing tomorrow night. Down to 14 fights if anyone's counting.
Who would be?
I know.
So there you go. Announcement made. Bout is scratched. So Alex Perez, Matt Schnell is off. We're looking for an exact reason. You know, is it related to Perez? Is it related to Schnell? Seemed okay. Just he was just here. Yeah, seemed okay. So, was that the 4th time that fight's been canceled?
Yep.
4th time that fight's been canceled.
They just go up to freaking down.
Yeah, right.
That's me speaking as a fan of the
Right,
sport,
exactly.
Not a UFC employee.
Yeah,
who knows
exactly.
UFC online. Well, Heidi said, I'm a fan.
Matt didn't accept the fight. Interesting. So Matt didn't accept the fight with Alex Perez, is what we're being told. Weight management issues. Again, that's what I was saying. You know, it's interesting, the psychology, right? Like, it's, to me, it's kind of an unwritten rule, and I think that's probably what Matt Schnell thought as well. If you're Alex Perez and you're going to miss weight, why come in 5 minutes in? I think whether or not it's the truth, and again, we're talking about health and safety. I mean, if you feel like you're about to have some serious medical implications, then yes, just go get weighed in and rehydrate. But I think the perception is from your opponent that, hold on, you didn't keep suffering. Like, you didn't go reweigh. You didn't keep cutting. Like, I kept going, and you didn't. Again, this is without talking to Matt Schnell specifically in this case, but I've just seen it happen before, and I've heard people. It's like, listen, I continued to press myself, and you didn't. Therefore, I'm not giving you that advantage. So, yeah, we'll have to ask Matt about this and the team and what the logic was there. So, not an easy decision to make, man, you know, because you're, potentially ruling out your win bonus, your opportunity to do that. But I think some fighters kind of want to send a message that, hey, this is not okay. All right, so at this point, still about a half hour left. All we're waiting on is Derek Lewis, who, you would not anticipate having any issue. The announcement just made that the Alex Perez-Matt Schnell fight is off. Alex Perez was 4th to the scale, weighed 128 pounds. Matt Schnell was 28th to the scale, weighed 126. And we're told that Schnell did not accept the fight with Perez afterwards. Now down to 14 fights. We'll find out what gets bumped up. What would you look? Maybe what would you bump up to ESPN? Maybe Hernandez and Moicano bump up to ESPN. Interesting. We'll try to get a hold of Matt Schnell and see what he has to say. I'm sure not a decision that he took lightly. So at this point, we're just waiting on. Yeah, good point. Pokemon novice. Matt Schnell's opponent missed weight last time, and he lost. Completely understand. I mean, you can't put it on Schnell. Like, that's completely in your right. To if an opponent doesn't miss weight, they can't expect you to have to take the fight. That's part of it. So, like you said, especially if somebody missed weight, I think Roxanne Modaffari had the same thing, right? Where she said, like, I'm not going to take fights against overweight opponents anymore. So, yeah, Zeker, that's the one I think is moving on. I would assume it's going to be Moicano Hernandez, but we'll see. All right, sounds like Derek Lewis is here, last fighter. Get this thing wrapped up.
All right, our final athlete to weigh in this morning, the man many of you have come to see, looking to put on for his city here at UFC 271 in the co-main event. Top flight heavyweight contender, the Black Beast, Derek Lewis.
Right,
266 pounds, the official weight for Derek Lewis. Thank you all for coming out. We'll see you over at the arena for the ceremonial weigh-in later today. One more sleep.
One more sleep.
All right, that's a wrap. Enjoyed chatting with everybody. Join us for the ceremonial weigh-ins later today. Of course, we'll have full fight coverage tomorrow. Enjoyed chatting with everybody. And let's do it again next week in Las Vegas, huh? Thanks, guys.